Hi, I'm Norm Curry. You're watching Maroondah Love Dialogues. This is supported by the Maroondah Council Community Development Grant. Love Dialogues is a program where we talk about nothing but love and its various nuances. It's from the love of one person to the love of another, delivered with love. The program will take the format of an interview, and that'll be followed by a guided meditation by Francis Cassidy. Today we'll be speaking with Rev Dr Fr Thien, and he's in the studio now, so let's have a talk. Father, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me, Norm.
Now, love. Well, let's talk about love today, and let's talk about the experience of love.
Yeah.
Your experience of love. You've been a priest for many years, and a person, an individual. Are there some experiences of love, extraordinary love, which you might be able to be prepared to tell the story about?
Yeah. Thank you for this very interesting question. Love is what we live every moment, every day, but it is rarely talked about. As you asked me about my experiences, I have quite a few outstanding experiences. Whenever I think about love, I think of my mother. Because through my mother, I learned about love. She's a simple peasant person, but we got a big family of 14. And she has to care for everyone and all of us. And our life through the history of the family was sometimes difficult, very difficult. Sometimes we live really in pure poverty. But for her to find a way to sustain life for the family and for everyone there is extraordinary. I remember sometimes we have only 1 or 2 eggs. And she had to be creative enough to make something out of these 2 eggs to feed the whole family. So from her love, she became creative. And in order to provide food, and this food sustains life. So she's always loving. I'd never think of her not loving. Everyone in the family and in the village knows that she's a loving person, unconditional love. Even now, as a priest, whenever I go home, she still shows me that love by caring.
Yeah.
From the very small thing, like if I go out, she always hand me a cap. Keep this one, otherwise you get sick. Or even when I go to the church, she gives me some advice. Don't talk things to offend people. So she's still caring until today. As a priest, I'm still living in that loving care of her.
Yeah.
She's the first experience that I learned about love. And the second experience I have is of Emily, who I met at Sup Van, when we went out to do social work to serve the needy. And after a while, I got sick, and I couldn't go to the Sup Van. And one day she came to our community in Sydney, and she asked me why, what happened. And I told her about my sickness. I was at a very critical point of my life. And, I got into this crisis of faith. I couldn't believe God. I couldn't believe in life because I was facing death. And she showed compassion to me. After the conversation, she just left quietly. And I think about 2 weeks later, she came back with a stack of papers. She handed it to me and said, Thien, go to your specialist, check it out. If you are compatible with my system, I would donate you half of my liver and 1 of my kidneys. So for you to live on.
Yeah.
It's unconditional love, the love that sustained my life.
Certainly is. Yeah. That's amazing. So it seems to me that one of the keys to that is that your mother recognized your needs and Emily recognized your needs. And part of it is your capacity to express your needs. Is that how love works in your experience?
You are right. I think, first of all, I must be open,
Yeah.
and show them that what I need. And they respond to that need. So my mother, that's the nature of love. She always caring. But if she always think of what I need.
Yes.
But I sometimes I have to express to her what is happening with me.
Yeah.
The same with Emily.
Yeah.
I told her what happened to my my sickness.
Yes.
So they know what I need, and they responded to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And if they didn't know, so this really goes to the point of really expressing your need, but also recognizing the need in the other so that you can meet their needs. So it's a cycle, isn't it?
Exactly, it's a cycle, expressing my needs and receiving their help.
Yes.
Willing to receive.
Yeah.
And that is another side. Sometimes it's hard to receive help.
Yeah.
But we need to be open enough to express what is going on with ourselves, and also willing to receive the help that people are offering.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's mutual. Right?
It's mutual, yeah. And it sort of leads over into a subject that we might later discuss in another session of actually gratitude as well as being part of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So for anyone who is watching, what would you say would be the key to connecting with this love? How does that work? How do you connect with that love for yourself and for other?
Yeah, love is always there, but sometimes it is difficult to express. So first of all, for me, I need to be open. I need to share what is happening with me, or my life journey with people, informing them what is going on with me. And when they offer something, I'm willing to receive it. So for me, opening of ourselves is the first place.
Yes. Yeah.
And also willing to embrace others with their help.
Yeah.
That is the other side. Yeah.
Yes. It's about compassion and connectedness and openness.
Yep.
Love doesn't happen in a box.
No.
It has to be open.
That's true. Have to be open and willingness. You got to a willingness there, to express it and to receive it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Father. We'll be doing more of these interviews, and I hope that you'll be willing to take part in those.
More than happy, Norm, always. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. You're watching Maroondah Love Dialogues, and now we'll have a guided meditation with Francis Cassidy.
The greatest power known to man is that of unconditional love. What does unconditional love mean for you? This was a dialogue that took place between Father Thien and Norm Curry. Dialogue is not simply an exchange of ideas. In some ways, it is always an exchange of gifts. And this is what we shall experience in this first session from Love Dialogue Talks. In this encounter, Thien shares human connection, reflection on his idea of unconditional love. As a young man, Thien's health was compromised. Food preparation and lifestyle had to be monitored carefully. Looking back on his life, Thien shares the depths of his mother's love, her strong desire and willingness to go to any lengths to ensure that the food she prepared was grown from natural sources. Some years later, Thien went through what we may call a dark night of the soul. His health had deteriorated, and doctors said that he would require organ transplants. He struggled with his faith. During this time, a friend offered to give part of her kidney. She offered part of her organs. Thien was amazed and could not believe that this woman was prepared to give part of her organs to Thien. So this willingness, this major impact on Thien was on his mental and emotional well-being. His faith returned and his health without the need of transplants. Thien truly understood the meaning of unconditional love. So as I invite you to reflect on the meaning of unconditional love, I ask you to open your heart to find this gift in your life today. So sitting in a comfortable position but supported, close your eyes and take in a deep, calming breath. Allow your mind and body to settle. So take a few more deep breaths, and each time you exhale, allow your body to sink deeper into relaxation, releasing tension, relaxing muscles. So take a few more deep breaths on your own time, consciously releasing tension, relaxing muscles. I now invite you to place your hand on your awareness on your heart. As you breathe in, feel your heart rise up into your palm. Feel the warmth and connection of your hand on your heart. With every breath, feel your heart expanding and opening. So take some time listening to the beat of your heart, and we'll pause. We spend much of our waking hours dialoguing in our head with the voice of an inner critic, the perfectionist. So it's time to ignore these voices and listen to the voice of your heart, the voice of love. The energy of love teaches me about my true self, the essence of me. As I begin to reflect on this voice, I discover a love that lives deep within my heart. A voice that has always been with me. It is the same voice that spoke to me of my preciousness since my very beginning of life. The voice of love is my truth, my wisdom, my strength, my compassion. Love is the core of my being. Love is my essence. Experience this feeling of love through your whole body. Feel the sense of caring, healing and soothing, and let it wash over you and through you, while you gently repeat after me. May I be well, healthy and strong. May I be happy. May I abide in peace. Let us pause, only for a moment, inviting love into your whole being. And now I invite you to reflect on a time where you felt unconditional love. Feel the warmth and care given to you. Do not rush this moment. Savor it. You may even like to visualize the face of the person whom you received this deep love from. And this act of unconditional love reminds us that we are loved, we are lovable, we are tender, we are strong. We forgive ourselves for our regrets. We honour ourselves. Again, I invite you to say after me, I am loving kindness. I am safe. I am whole. I forgive and I am forgiven. I find myself in a world created by love. I am love. Allow your heart to mend as you welcome the healing and transformative power of love. Surrender to love as you release any grievances, judgments, and the burdens of the ego. Surrender to this. Surrender to this love as you forgive yourself and others. And we pause. In this stillness, feel your load lighten and feel the weight lifted, and allow that wholeness to flow through every cell of your body. Keep breathing into your heart. Allow your heart to mend itself. Open yourself to its healing power. Allow your healed heart to merge from the darkness. Breathe love in and release all your pain. Breathe in love and release all your blame. Breathe in love and release all your shame. Breathe love in and let love flow. Breathe love in and let love flow. And we'll pause. The most exciting truth about myself when I enter into love is that I am a spiritual being having a human experience. And love is my source. For much of the day, I have an inner dialogue going on in my head. So I invite you to embrace the dialogue, to embrace the spirituality of love. Gradually remembering who you always have been. Allowing love to reveal to me my preciousness, my goodness, my power. Love will remind me that I came into this life in absolute perfection. I was perfect love, with all of love's gifting. Love is longing for me to live my truth. I am love. So we gently transition back to our physical world, using deep, soft, awakening breaths. And finally, simply stated, unconditional love is an unlimited way of being.
You've been watching Marunda Love Dialogues. You can follow us on www.jansencentre.org. We'll be back next week. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.